Holders Manchester United will begin their EFL Cup title defence later today against Crystal Palace. But the build-up to that clash has been marred by an ugly feud between manager Erik Ten Hag and forward Jadon Sancho. Will that feud affect Manchester United today? That's what we are going to discuss in this edition of WION World of Sport Xtra. I am Nikhil Mathur and I'm joined by my sports writer Digvijay Singh Deo and by my colleague Shibashish Nandi. So for the fans who have just joined, I'll just give a summary of what the controversy is about. So basically, Sancho was dropped by Erik Ten Hag for their clash against Arsenal. He said that he wasn't up to the mark in the training. Sancho hit back with the post, basically calling Erik Ten Hag a liar. And then United have banished him from the first team. All the facilities, he's not allowed to any facilities for the first team at Carrington. He's not part of the first team squad. I see shades of Cristiano Ronaldo's exit.
Not shades. This is Ronaldo versus Ten Hag once again, and we know who won that battle.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate because unlike Ronaldo, who Ten Hag felt was clearly past his prime, or he felt that he had too big an ego for this Manchester United team in transition, which Ten Hag was brought in to sort of arrest the depressing fall in standards. And you are a United fan, and you know that I'm not lying when I say that United have fallen way off their course.
Of course, I think.
Since Ferguson left in 2013, right?
Yeah.
12-13.
12-13.
So I just think that it's unfortunate because he is a very talented player. And Jadon Sancho came from Borussia Dortmund to United with the hopes of becoming United's next world beater, and they haven't had a world beater in a while.
Yeah.
He has that amount of talent. If you remember, it was Sancho, it was Bellingham who were the... and Musiala. Like, who were these...
Yeah.
Foden.
And
Foden as well. The
Dembele
next
was there.
4-5 great English talents, you know?
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate what's going on. But to address the question straight up, it's a big distraction. And it's a distraction that is affecting United. Because even though they won last week, before that they had lost 3 on the bounce.
Yeah. What's your take, Shibashish? Sancho or Ten Hag?
Well, whenever it comes, between a player and the manager always prevails. And we have seen...
Not always. Mourinho had to go.
So, this is not the first time Erik Ten Hag is banning a player. He is stricter for rules. What he had said a few weeks back, that he was brought in to change the atmosphere in United. There have been reports that United players are not that, they don't follow those rules, they come late. There have been reports, obviously we can't say sitting here what's actually going on there, but there have been reports that it's unruly there, and he's trying to bring in the change. And what happened with Cristiano Ronaldo, he basically put it out that I am the boss here. Maybe you have won 5 Ballon d'Ors, maybe you're a world beater, but I am the manager, I am the boss, you'll have to listen to me. The same's going to happen with Jadon Sancho. And will it affect United? I think it has already affected United.
But
Interesting.
Yeah, it has affected. But I think one thing that Erik Ten Hag has brought to Old Trafford is discipline. Marcus Rashford, the club's star players, he missed a match because he came 45 seconds late to a training session. Same was done with Alejandro Garnacho. It was a friendly match, but he was taking it lightly, and Ten Hag said, sorry, you have to sit out the next match.
Rules are rules.
So
listen, Ten Hag completely within his rights to discipline players. And it's not just there. I think Jurgen Klopp has done it at Liverpool in pre-season games.
Yeah.
He once sent back... who's the guy sent back from the US?
Mamadou Sakho.
Mama Sakho. Mama Sakho was sent back from United States for turning up late for a team meeting.
Yeah.
So as a manager, yes, you are dealing with these... Let's be fair, superstars, aspiring superstars who get paid a lot of money, who have big egos. Fair enough, but you are there for a reason. The club is paying some people like £100,000 a week.
Of course.
£200,000 a week. The 3 of us collectively don't make that in a year.
No, and that's the point that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer also said in his interview. He said, some of the players think that they should not sit out any match. They have the talent, but they have to prove it, and they don't want to prove it. And Jadon Sancho, he said, there's some other reasons. So I always feel when you say that there are some other reasons for being dropped, you should come out and tell those reasons. He has not done that. He said, I've been...
No, see, the way it is, Nikhil, it's currently right now, it's an ego tussle.
Yeah.
And it's an ego tussle where the manager is not going to back down. The moment he backs down, his authority at his club is over. The club gave him the authority when they allowed him to get rid of Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Okay? When Ronaldo made those comments before the World Cup. Now you have a situation where the United first team itself know that they need Sancho. And the reports this morning are they are talking to him and trying to go and say sorry. Let's move on. I think Ten Hag will accept a sorry from him, especially if that dressing room rift heals. He does not want a dressing room against him. Right now, the players, especially the older ones, sort of the Rashfords of the world, the Luke Shaws of the world, who've been around for a while, they know that the manager carries more weight.
Of course.
So they're not going to take him on directly. But if the situation festers, then it's an issue because they all know the talent that Sancho is. We all know that Sancho is a very talented player. And what's he doing? He's been banished from first team training.
Yeah.
He only comes to use the dressing room to change.
Yeah.
There are some reports which say he's even been banned from the canteen.
Yeah, first team, everything, the state of the art.
Till Saturday when the match was there, right? When they what? Burnley?
Yeah.
Burnley was?
Burnley
game, I was saying the commentary that there's a problem and he's there only to change and sort of eat.
Yeah.
This morning they're now saying even that is banned. So United have toughened their stance. Basically, Ten Hag is.
No, of course he was playing FIFA while United were playing Burnley. I think there was this video of him. But this was the opportunity for him to shine. 10 or 12 players of United were not available due to some or the other reason, and it was the perfect opportunity, to seal a place in the playing 11. And he said that in that post, he said, I will give everything for the badge. I will fight for the badge. But I'm clearly not seeing that.
Well, I mean, Jadon Sancho, he has been at United for what, 2 seasons now?
Yeah, he was Ole's second signing, 2021.
The number of games he has played, that's not right for, Jadon Sancho, who was considered as the next big thing in football.
Liverpool wanted him.
Yeah,
so many people wanted him. Real wanted him, didn't they?
Yeah. A lot of clubs were there.
All the big clubs, basically, he was on their shortlist. He opted to join United.
Big mistake. Shouldn't have gone there. No, man. United is not a club right now to develop talent. But okay? Honestly, is United the right club for talent to come through and shine? No.
Why?
Let's face it. No, it's not.
But why?
But that's the problem with the club.
No,
it's a problem with the club. You look at it, the managers they have got in after
Sir Alex.
After Sir Alex, this guy came in, right? David Moyes. Okay, Louis van Gaal. Then Mourinho, correct?
Yeah.
After Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah, they all came in to revive the United brand. Come here, win trophies. You're not going to develop players and win trophies. Look how long it's taken Jurgen Klopp to develop players, right? It didn't happen overnight. That season which came through when they sort of reached the Champions League final was the first time Van Dijk had played. He only joined sometime in January. Before that, you had what? Alisson had just joined. Salah, Mane, Firmino was sort of getting together. And he was there for a couple of years before it happened, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I say the way United are structured, and Gary Neville says this a lot. He's got this, I keep hearing his podcast. He says United, each manager comes in, they want to win trophies to revive the fan base and whatever. Where are they developing players? You go back to the Neville's era, the class of 92, and see how many players came through, okay, at that point of time. Are those many players coming through right now to United? You're a United fan, tell me.
No, but of course, that many players are not coming through any academy with any club. I mean, that was the class of 92 was different.
But are United developing footballers? They're not. When you have so much uncertainty. Okay, let's look at Foden, right? Foden comes through. Foden was here in India playing that under-17 World Cup, right? He was called back.
I think
he was called back. He didn't play the final. He was called back to appear for Man City.
Yeah,
and obviously, Guardiola has sort of mentored him all through. You look at the way Klopp has been mentoring his youngsters. No. Is that happening at United? Tell me honestly, where the last big United player to become a superstar apart from, say, Rashford?
No, of course, but there are some talent like Garnacho is doing really well. He came.
He is not doing well. He's emerged.
Yeah, he is emerged.
He's emerged.
Hannibal scored that goal. No, I get your point. You know that if you compare to class of '92, of course the academy is nowhere near. That many players are not coming. But speaking specifically about Jadon Sancho, I think club has gone out of their way to help him. I remember during the World Cup, he wasn't unavailable after the World Cup because Ten Hag said that he's not in the right space, and they had given him an indefinite break. He was training in Netherlands alone for 2 months, and United didn't have many options. So Ten Hag supported him. He said, his mental health is more important rather than winning those matches. So United was there for him as a club, and not many club would allow a player, because you're not feeling well, you're not up to the mark, go and train. We will support your training. Go train alone in Netherlands. And United did that with Sancho. And right now the problem is.
No, but that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying are United the right club to develop young talent? That's why I said him joining, a big mistake on his part. Obviously, he got swayed by the fees or whatever. Him joining United when Nandi was saying that there were other clubs out there who wanted him. Perhaps that was not the right career move. It's not the right career move for him. Clearly, it's not been the right career move. Hang on. Joshua Ashite says, good morning from Riyadh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh.
Hope you're enjoying Ronaldo.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Clearly, Ronaldo's having fun watching this from Riyadh. Lovely pictures of Ronaldo, Neymar and Karim Benzema in the Saudi national dress to celebrate founding day. Yeah, lovely pictures there, with the sword and all. Amina M says, the media is having a field day with this feud. We need to prove them wrong. Well, get on the phone with Ten Hag and tell him to come down a bit. See, this is clearly a battle of two egos.
No, Ten Hag wants a public apology, and Sancho so far is not giving that.
Sadio Jr. says, in fact, we saw the other Sadio, Mane, also in those lovely pictures from Riyadh.
Yeah.
Ten Hag and Sancho need to put the team first. We can't afford distractions right now. This is an important point.
Yeah.
In this battle of one-upmanship, are United sort of facing the brunt?
Well, I personally think that United season started, in a distracted manner because of this entire takeover thing.
Yeah.
They signed 3 players and 2 of them were in loan.
Yeah, regular and last minute signing.
Yeah.
Of course, there have been controversies, Maguire being stripped of the captaincy.
I still understand Maguire being stripped of the
Greenwood
captaincy.
sexual assault charges. Then Anthony is now out with, again, charges
There's
of
a
sexual
lot
assault.
happening at that club which is not being handled properly. Before that, we'll just continue this. Marsha Stephen says hi from Kingston, Jamaica. Good morning. It's pretty early in the morning.
Yeah.
Marley Fanatic. Seems he's also from the Caribbean. Are you from the Caribbean, Marley Fanatic? Get up, stand up. This feud is taking away our love for the game. We want the old Man United back.
Yeah, every United fan.
10 years? 10 years since that old United gone missing? Posters have been put up. Has there ever been a season where they've come close of recapturing that? No.
They finished second, but it wasn't close.
No, not second.
Yeah.
The old United way of playing. I think initially when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came, we saw that bounce.
Yeah, even under Ten Hag.
No, Ten Hag has shown that. I think the maximum amount of potential they have shown under Erik Ten Hag, because that philosophy of pressing and all, he wants his players, Rashford going on that brilliant run, and that breaking that trophy drought of 6 years, winning the EFL Cup. So Ten Hag has shown that potential that he can develop a team, he can take United back to those glory days. But I think there are a lot of controversy. I think you need to give some credit to Ten Hag. There are a lot of controversy. The sporting director, I don't know, he didn't handle the Greenwood saga really well. There's no surety about will the Glazers sell the club or not. So you have to credit Ten Hag for delivering in the previous season.
Reggae Red Devil says, Sancho, Ten Hag, we got love for you, but please sort it out for the fans.
Yeah, so I just want to add something to Nikhil.
Yeah.
Ten Hag is also the manager who conceded 7 goals against Liverpool.
Of course, but then we bounced back. We won the EFL. Where is Liverpool playing? Champions League, I didn't see them in the...
It's fine, but still, what are the chances of United winning anything this season?
No, of course, the club is in crisis, but I think he's the right man for the job. I don't think that chopping and changing hasn't worked 2-3 years, a manager. I think United have to stick. And who are we talking about? Alex Ferguson. David Beckham was one of the biggest superstar at that time. And when that boot incident happened, Ferguson said that, manager is always, the boss in the dressing room. And David Beckham went to Real Madrid. So I think the manager, as you said in the beginning, that, manager, you need to respect the manager. And I think Sancho hasn't done that so far. So I am clearly backing.
Hang on, I've got a personal comment on Twitter. This Pranav Krishnan responds, he said, at Diggy, we Liverpool are the best run club, I feel. Only thing we have issues is we're not spending enough money, but we've done it this time.
Are Liverpool the best run club? Well,
They were. They were. I just think that, as Jamie Carragher's been saying, I think Klopp's been sort of exerting too much influence on the club right now. That's a mistake. I think there has to be some sort of checks and balances. Right now we're seeing, I mean, I don't mind it, but...
I think that the transfer, I was surprised because if Liverpool say the transfer is happening, it happens. But for the first time I saw, they said they want Caicedo and all those players.
Yeah, that's a mess. Under Michael Edwards would never have happened.
Yeah.
that was a basic PR move just to, you know what,
No, but-
to contain the fans that yes, we are in the running. But Liverpool, come on.
Okay, Johnson Swiss, hang on. Johnson Swiss. Let him leave and allow the new ones to come in. As a player, he needs to respect the head coach no matter what. You can't reach the head coach. You can't teach the head coach his job because he's not the employer.
Well,
Okay.
I think most of us are going in the same line.
Pranav again says there are a lot of issues happening at United, like the takeover issue, like Maguire. It comes down to that. It's poor leadership at the top.
Yeah.
Listen, if I have that amount of money spent on a player, I should be reaching out to Ten Hag and saying, sort this out. Sit in the room, sort this out.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Sancho is not coming to the table.
Like
I think
Mancini and, who was it? Balotelli, Mancini and Tevez. We've had that, right? You undermine the manager then.
yeah.
Are they doing the right thing? Is the leadership structure at United strong enough to stand up and maybe at some point tell Ten Hag that you also need to back down? See, if you're expecting two people who have got strong positions to back down, both won't. So you have to find a middle ground. Where does the club management come in? Is the management strong enough? Are they distracted with what was happening with Sheikh Jassim, with Ratcliffe? That's initially they wanted what, 7 billion.
Yeah.
Now it's 10 billion.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think clearly there are problems at the management level. But why will Ten Hag back down? He pointed out something in training. He said you are not giving your 100%. That's his personal observation. It's nothing off the field. It's he judged Sancho based on his performance. He's the same guy who backed him when he gave him 2 months off just to regroup and come back. So I think Ten Hag has the club at his heart, and he's pointing out something to improve Jadon Sancho. If he understands that, well. If he doesn't, I think he will sit there and get those wages and probably leave in January. That's what I
Saudi?
personally feel.
Well, I mean, you never know. Anyone can join Saudi. But I just want to point it out. For the last 10 years, it has actually come into the front how ill-managed United is. When Alex Ferguson was there...
Badly managed.
Of course, I totally
badly
agree.
managed United is. When Alex Ferguson was there, he was the boss. I mean, he basically ran the entire club.
Yeah.
Now with his...
But like Imran Khan and Pakistan cricket team.
No, of course, I think the top management needs, I don't know, even the Greenwood saga wasn't handled really well. They came out with one statement and then under the pressure, they changed. I mean, of course, there's a lot. That's what I'm saying. Ten Hag has a lot on his plate. He can manage the club, but not the issues that are affecting United off the field.
I think that has also kind of affected United on the pitch. I mean,
That's what
they
we're
have
talking
been
about,
passive.
right? Yeah.
They have been very passive. I mean,
Hang on. So let's look at this. Let's look at some poll results and just take this forward. Is Erik Ten Hag the right manager to lead Manchester United?
I think he is, but on Twitter, I think
There's resentment against him. This poll, 45% of you saying yes, 55% saying no.
Oh.
He started to get booed also.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No, and
if
a
you
lot
start to lose the crowd, then there's a problem.
No, but that information is leaked by an insider, which many say is Jadon Sancho. The drift is... I am just reading on Twitter, and that's what they're saying, Maguire also... Like, Ten Hag told Maguire that you are not part of my playing 11. But he didn't took that move to West Ham. He said, no, I want to stay. You have been stripped of your captaincy. I mean, he should have left.
No, he wants to stay and fight. It's happened with Henderson. Henderson was asked to go. He stayed with Liverpool captain.
Again, the things are some people are leaking dressing room
No,
info.
but see, that's what Gary Neville says. He said, our time, there were issues. Yeah. We had a strong dressing room. But we had someone like Roy Keane, who had very strong opinions, but nothing leaked. Nothing leaked, us. Only thing that motivated us was to win the game.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Are we seeing a saga similar to the exit of Cristiano Ronaldo?
A Piers Morgan interview would confirm that.
Hey, Jadon Sancho, Piers Morgan. Okay.
And then your career is over.
100% yes. I've never had a 100% poll, huh, by the way. Okay, important one. This is what you are saying. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. Will Jadon Sancho stay at Manchester United? Come on, boys. Crystal ball time. Crystal ball.
I think if this is resolved within a week, I think he will stay. If not, then I think January he's leaving.
I think he's leaving in January. There's no way he's staying back. I mean, if he retracts, he's basically saying that I'm a liar.
I think he'll leave. I think he'll leave. I think he'll leave. Liverpool?
No.
Three.
I don't think after this happened, someone like Jurgen Klopp will ever take a player who's challenging a manager.
No, and he hasn't scored also. Would you take a player who hasn't scored? He has been given
potential there.
There's potential, yeah.
Hey, he's damaged goods, but there's so much potential.
Yeah.
Even Balotelli had potential. We all know what he done.
Liverpool signed him, I don't know how.
Yeah.
Will Jadon Sancho stay at Manchester United? 27% of you say yes. An overwhelming 73% agree with all three of us.
But 4 months, what will he do on that wage? He will just sit and play FIFA, probably.
Yeah, I'll play FIFA. In fact, you can join us as a pundit on WION.
Jadon Sancho.
We can't pay, by the way. Yeah. We'll keep you occupied.
He's anyway getting the money.
Yeah. It's on loan from Manchester United.
That would be a coup.
Cool. Who's right in this clash between Erik Ten Hag and Jadon Sancho? Come on.
I think the
Ten Hag.
manager is always right.
62% saying the manager is always right, Ten Hag. 38% saying no. Well done. I'll remember that comment. Manager is always right. And the other one, last one. Is the feud between Erik Ten Hag and Sancho distracting Man United?
I don't think that's the only reason, but yes.
Yeah.
Nikhil, as a United fan?
I think they are professionals, but yeah, I mean, at the back of the mind, if one player is not with you, he's been part of the club, it is somewhat distracting. But I think on field, they are professionals and...
Yeah, but 85% of fans think so.
Yeah.
85% of fans think so, huh? So that's clearly something. I'm just looking at some numbers on YouTube. On YouTube, in fact, 80-20, that this is distracting United. Who's right in this clash between Ten Hag and Sancho on YouTube? 71% of you think Sancho's right. But Ten Hag is wrong. Will Sancho stay at Man United? 75% saying no. This is again YouTube numbers. And are we seeing a saga similar to Ronaldo? 60% saying yes.
No, this I'm surprised. Everything is similar to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Interesting, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was supposed to be Ronaldo's
No,
understudy.
have you speaking about the match actually? United go through?
Yeah, I think Crystal...
Make changes.
Well, if they don't, then it's crisis at Man United.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you...
But see, this has cost them. You can clearly now see, I mean, let's just look at what, a month into the campaign, Man City class apart, but I already believe that City are now going to face a period which is going to be their biggest test. If they come through the next 1 month, then it's smooth sailing to another title. This is the moment for the Liverpools and the Arsenals and Tottenham as well to pounce.
And Brighton.
I don't think Brighton will go all the way.
Yeah, I think they will...
No, Brighton are a very pleasing team to watch. I don't think they'll go all the way.
Yeah.
For them to be in Champions League contention is massive.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll win the league. No. We're not going to have another Leicester very soon. But I think what I saw again in the West Ham game, I think this Liverpool team are going to push City.
Yeah, I think...
Because I think now what you're seeing is, and they were under the cosh, right? And that was a Gordon Banks save from Alisson. But there was one moment in the game where they were attacking, they lost the ball, and you had Darwin Núñez somewhere near the half line, Salah somewhere near the half line, and I think Curtis Jones trying to attack and get the ball back. And when they dispossessed the West Ham player, I'm not sure what it was, you had Jurgen Klopp standing there celebrating that it was a goal. And I'm watching the game and I'm seeing him jump about. You're nowhere close to a goal, nothing. But that for him was back to his heavy metal football. I think Liverpool's legs had given up. They've got fresh legs. Again, I think the lesson for Klopp is 3 years cycle, rotate. I think he's hung on too long. Not his fault. They were in the run for that quadruple. Yeah. So he had to stick to them. But the new blood coming in, I just think one decent holding midfielder, and they're there. And I'm telling you, Darwin Nunez.
Yes.
Darwin Nunez has been so slammed over the years, last 1 year. He missed a sitter when Salah fed that pass, he turned and shot. But that goal was something else. It's very difficult for an overhead lob to get your feet and divert it. Huh?
Yeah.
And Salah seems to be enjoying this partnership.
Yeah.
Salah, if you look at Salah, many times Salah's looking up to see where Nunez is. It's a great partnership. I'm telling you, this Liverpool team, if they reach sort of Christmas and start of December, that Christmas festive period, if there's just 2 or 3 behind City, it's game on.
Yeah, of course. One of the favourites, Arsenal, Liverpool, City. But it's still a long...
Yeah, but in fact, I'm starting to feel that Liverpool can actually get ahead of Arsenal and finish second, if not first. Anyway,
Time will tell.
but United are struggling, Chelsea is struggling. Badly.
Chelsea. I mean, it feels like 400, 500 million, and they still need 400 or 5 million more to revamp that squad.
That club is not being run properly.
400 million, they were 12th. They signed more players. Now they're 16th in the league.
16th in the league, yes.
I mean, Chelsea, it's...
Anyways, let's move on. What's happening? WION World of Sport, 6:30 p.m. India. I must tell you that I was very excited about the hockey team winning the match today. Singapore, lowly opposition, 16 goals. I'm really excited that the Indian equestrian team has won a gold in dressage. Now, if you don't know what dressage is, I can't explain. You need to go and look up videos of dressage because it is poetry in motion. There's the rider, there's the horse, and you dance with your horse. It is one of the most beautiful things to watch. And this Indian team also has a 15-year-old Divya Kriti Singh, who's I think a student at Mayo Ajmer.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
again, dressage, male, female competitors
Both.
together.
Nice.
It's
Compete
gender
together.
neutral.
Yeah.
It's a great sport. And a very old friend of mine, Colonel Rajesh Pattu, had won 3 equestrian medals, 98, 2002, 2006. But I think a gold in equestrian is coming for the first time since the 82 Asian Games.
Yeah.
For India. This is a big moment because again the Equestrian Federation of India is all over the place.
Yeah,
But no politics when it's the horse and the rider. This is a very big story.
Yeah, and if you don't find those visuals, 6:30 p.m. IST, we will show you those visuals. And
also, since we're talking football, very upsetting. Don't cross the line. It's sport.
yeah.
Tigre FC, a second division club in Colombia, 2 men shot the president of the club after a defeat. This is not the sport we love.
Yeah, very sad story.
This is upsetting.
And speaking of reforms, we saw the Spanish football introduce new reforms. Now, English Cricket Board has responded to the ICEC report that was tabled in June, and they have also made some changes to tackle discrimination, racism. So we have that story. And the doping case, Kamila Valieva, the hearing will begin from today, and probably by the end of the year, we'll hopefully see a judgment.
No, but see, the CAS is a 3-4 day hearing, and CAS takes time. So, I think in a couple of months you'll have a hearing.
Yeah. And we must also not forget that UEFA have been accused of presenting
false evidence.
Exactly. For
Sifrin, the UEFA president,
in Paris.
To save Sifrin's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all that and much more at 6:30 p.m. India.